I'm tinkering with film animation. Around 40 years ago, I started experimenting in film animation. I inherited this Super 8 film camera from my grandfather, who used it for his home movies. And like many cameras of the day, it had a single frame feature. And if you had a cable release like this one, you could attach it like this, and then take a frame, move your subject, take another frame, move it again, and so on. Recently, I was going through my old films, and I found the animations that I did, and I just remembered how fun it was to do them. I want to show them to you now. Some of them are really, really short, so I'm going to show them a couple times. In this first clip, I basically just got my whole box of Matchbox cars out and put them on the pavement and moved them around to see what would happen. These next clips are basically just stuffed animals that I found around the house, and I had a friend helping me do all the moves and everything. It took quite a while. As you can see, the sun's shadow moves around quite a bit and gives away the fact that I'm just taking this in my backyard. This next clip here is not really animation per se, but it is a little trick where I shot the film upside down and then reversed the film in the editing room so that it would look like my friend Jeanette is eating her French fry backwards. This next clip needs a little bit of explanation. So what I'm doing here is I am doing an animation on my computer. One of the first computers I ever bought. It's a Timex Sinclair ZX81. And the thing about it is that it did not have a graphics chip in it. In fact, this computer was so underpowered that the CPU was either displaying something on the screen or working on your program, but not both at the same time. It only had two colors, black and white, no grayscale, just black and white. The pixels were really big, but I wrote a little basic program to randomly blow apart particles, and then I would sit in front of the TV, and then I would take frame by frame by frame to capture the animation. I'm going to show it to you a couple times here, but I thought it was pretty neat. This is essentially my first computer animation. This second animation is also from an early computer, but a little bit later it's color. And again, it had no ability to move anything on the screen in real time. But what I did do is I wrote a program to just throw up a bunch of circles and ellipses and move them around a bit. In these next clips, we decided to actually use ourselves as the animation subjects. And so I had a really long cable release, and I would take a frame, and then everybody would move a little bit and take another frame. I thought this was a lot of fun to do. Here we are zooming around the yard, frame by frame. Here are Joyce and Jeanette doing a little bit of animated croquet. animation, my friend Alan animated his dragon. Here we had some fun doing Alan's hair. And for those of you familiar with Sledgehammer, this predates Sledgehammer by several years. Of course, you can't have animation without having a title screen that's also animated. So here are a couple animated titles. One of my favorite animators is Terry Gilliam, and in this next set of animations I basically did all kinds of experiments using paper cutouts. Here's a final set of animations done with a fine arts backdrop. Again, they're mostly stuffed toys, but it was a lot of fun to do, and it was a lot of fun to see once they were done. Thanks for watching. Visit my blog at thomasbeuteltinkers.com.